Will you explain to people online? Maybe I'll explain what we're doing.
Sure.
Yeah. So sit for half an hour, meditate for half an hour, and then those who want to take the 5 precepts, we'll do that precept ceremony. And then there are some reflections that have been submitted from the internet, but will be read out by someone in the group. And then I'll give you your homework. And then we'll chant the divine abidings. And the Sangha will chant blessings. And then you have a chance to pay respects, clean up a bit. And that will be the end for the folk on the internet. That will be the time to say au revoir. Not forever. Au revoir until next time. Yep. There you go. Nice. And then roughly around 10:30, we think we'll have a circle sharing out here.
Actually, I changed to what you thought over by
Over there? Okay. Yeah, but outside so that we'll see who's on this retreat. Okay. Sounds like a good plan. And that would be, so let's meditate for half an hour. It's over. So, if anyone who wants to take the 5 precepts can do so, you don't have to. It's interesting the way we end these retreats in Theravada Buddhism is a commitment to our social life. We live in ways which are not harmful to others. It's quite nice, rather than getting drunk or whatever crazy things people do. It's over now. So the way we'll do that, I suppose, is we'll get the habit to look at the one. What page is it on?
129.
Maybe we'll start on 126. They ask you. So just to let you know, you all know this, but there's always a kind of, this is high church in the sense of its formality. That's why it's a sort of a formal ritual. And when I don't kind of give you the 5 precepts, right? So it's a ritual to. Rituals are good if they're used as reminders, and so that's why we ritualize it. And so usually you bow 3 times first, then for a group from a monk, you see that on 126. You use that formula. So there's different formulas according to the Pali, but we usually use that. And then in a group, everyone asks together, and usually Nisanka is kind enough to be the leader, but everyone joins in. So, and just the diacriticals, the M, the dot under the M in Mayam, it's Mayang, it's an NG sound, like in song, right? Mayang. Bante Tisarana Sangha Pancha Silani Yajama. So Pancha is 5. When we began the retreat, it was Atta, which is 8. Dutiyampi and Tatiyampi. And then, of course, we do the refuges. And then I'll do the Pali, word by word, and the English one line at a time, just to help. So you don't need to do this, but anyone who wants to can certainly join in. So maybe begin by bowing 3 times. And then Nisanka can be the leader, but everyone join in as he starts. 126 for a group from a monk.
Mayam Bante Tisarana Sangha Pancha Silani Yajama Vidyanali Mayam Bante Tisarana Sangha Pancha Silani Yajama Tatyampi Mayam Bante Tisarana Sangha Pancha Silani Yajama.
Go to page. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami.
Dutiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami.
Dutiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami.
Tatiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami.
Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami.
Tatiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami.
Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami.
Tatiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami.
And then on page 129 there on the top, Tisarana Nititang. Okay, so the 5 precepts, word by word. Panatipata, Viradhammo, Sikkhapadam, Samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from taking the life of any living creature.
I undertake the precept to refrain from taking the life of any living creature.
Adinadana,
Adinadana,
Viradhammo, Sikkhapadam, Samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from taking that which is not given.
I undertake the precept to refrain from taking that which is not given.
Kamesu,
Kamesu,
Michachara,
Vichachara,
Viradhammo, Sikkhapadam, Samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from sexual misconduct.
I undertake the precept to refrain from sexual misconduct.
Musawada,
Musawada,
Viradhammo, Sikkhapadam, Samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from lying.
I undertake the precept to refrain from lying.
Surameraya,
Surameraya,
Majja,
Majja,
Pamadatana,
Pamadatana,
Viradhammo, Sikkhapadam, Samadhiyami. I undertake the precept to refrain from consuming intoxicating drink and drugs which leads to carelessness.
I undertake the precept to refrain from consuming intoxicating drink and drugs which lead to carelessness.
And this is my line. Imani pancha sikkhapadani silena sukhatinyanti silena bhoga sampata silena niputinyanti tasama silang visutaye.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Good. We as monks, we have quite a complex monastic road, as you know, and we come together every fortnight and recite it. It's ritualized, but it's very powerful. Every fortnight, I've been doing that for almost 50 years. Every fortnight, yeah, you're a monk. This is how you live. You're a monk. This is how you live. It's very, very powerful. And even though it is ritualized and we discuss things, it's also very egalitarian, democratic in the very best of ways, because we have the same rule. Being senior doesn't mean, well, I get the coffee first. That's something. But in the house, and that's lovely. There's no exception for seniority or anything like that. I can't say, well, I'm the abbot, I do this and you guys do something else, or I've got transmission, therefore I can do what I want. No way, Jose. And everyone, and if it wasn't like that, and we've seen what happens. We've seen that in North America was somehow, oh, this guy's got something special, so everyone has to. And Ajahn Chah, he would say, why do you think I keep the rules? You think I keep them because like, if I didn't, I'd run away with the money or something? He said, no, I keep them, so you keep them. I set the standard, so you. And that's the beauty of a high standard of virtuous conduct in a subculture like ours, because then we reflect for everyone else. It was very, very helpful. So now Can you explain what we're going to do? Everyone knows already?
Well, I'm just going to come up to the front.
Okay,
Is that okay?
that was planned. Yes,
And
please.
would you like to sit in your chair or would you like to stay?
I'm okay for now.
Okay.
Yeah. If I get sore, I'll figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for the camera. Whoops, the camera's over.
It's got on Mercedes. It's got on Mercedes because it's his birthday.
Is it? Is it his birthday? Oh, wow. You celebrate birthdays and
Yes.
okay, well, lunchtime, we have to have our. Ready, Howard? Is that good? Okay. So, first of all, welcome everyone again to the. Just wanted to say my name's Jane and I'm the retreat coordinator for the Ottawa Buddhist Society. And I'm thrilled that so many people at home could take part in this retreat with us. So many times I was seeing, 80 people were with us, and a couple of times people actually emailed and said, I feel like I'm in the room with all of you. And I thought, well, that's very lovely. And it certainly, although doing a hybrid retreat did present a few problems, at the beginning especially, it really felt wonderful to know that the Dhamma was being shared with so many people and in many different parts of the world. So thank you all for your diligent and dedicated practice. I think we support each other. The online people supported us, and hopefully we supported you in your practice. I will give a little backstory about the technical difficulties were that we kept getting booted out of the internet because, well, we didn't know why. And it turned out that we didn't know, and Galilee, which is where we are, didn't know that after a certain number of hours as a guest, sorry, you're out. And so each time that happened, we would try to get back in, and then we'd have to phone Bob in Ottawa, who would have to re-host me. And so there was a lot happening in the background. And I know you've seen this one picture where we're all huddled over the computer. It was a little tense because it was interesting to watch my own mind, because there were the technical difficulties, and then there were the second arrow. Like, you should get this right. You should know how to do this, or people are going to be really mad, And so the one thing I eventually did, which was I found really helpful, is I eventually imagined all of you sending metta, whether you did or you didn't. I imagined that, and it helped. So that was great. I do want to thank a couple of people, in particular, Anne Van Dusen, who sent out, first of all, she did all the registration, and then she sent out all those emails with information. Even during the retreat, she was sending out information. It was, I think, an enormous job for her, because she was doing the in-person retreat responsibilities as well as the online. So many, many thanks to Anne. The second person that I want to thank is Ming, who has been online with us for almost every sitting. And I think she's in Singapore. Yes, in Singapore. And I think she quickly realized that I was in over my head, for sure. And so she immediately started taking on extra jobs. Like, she did all of the putting the chants up on the screen. And then, of course, not only are the chants on the screen, but she's got pictures added, and they're beautiful, like they're beautiful slides. And she also will be putting all of the recordings together and using her wonderful abilities to create something so that we and many other people can go and watch the video of the retreat. So she also answered questions when we were getting booted out. She was the one saying, they'll work it out later, that kind of thing. So she was so helpful. So thank you so much, Ming, for all of your help. And then I wanted to thank the team of Nisanka and George and Vita, who they posted the 2 p.m. recordings every day so that people overseas who were sleeping at 2 p.m. would be able to access those teachings the next day. And again, sometimes that was more complicated than it might sound, right, Nisanka? And but anyway, it was, I think people really benefited from that. So, but all in all, I think that this experience, it was an unusual experience. Here we are, we're in masks, we're distanced. So for us in person, it was a different retreat as well. But I feel that the opportunity to have this and to be able to offer the Dana to so many of you out in the world is, it's a wonderful opportunity for all of us. And I thank you again for taking part. There's a few people now who will make some remarks and some reflections. So I'll start with asking Brian. He's in person here.
Right. What are we going to do?
I would like to offer a few words of appreciation, and rather than trust my failing memory, I wrote a few words on one of these things. Luang Por Viradhammo, you are a master craftsman in the art of contemplation and watching the mind. Your carefully chosen words and your demonstrated commitment to the monastic traditions of Theravada Buddhism over so many years motivate, inspire, and guide each of us to improve our own craft. This week, you've offered essential teachings on Buddhism, including the significance of taking precepts as aids to wholesome living, the benefits of awakening to the fact that all things change, and by taking refuge in this knowing, we offer ourselves succor. The investigation of awareness per se, and the witnessing of all that arises as conditional objects of and in awareness, while recognizing that awareness has no center or boundary. Reflections on the gateway to the unchanging, the unconditional, the transcendent, where the mind is serene in still silence and we abide peacefully. And the investigation of the ways meditation and the teaching are means to enter the gateway. You help us to understand the teachings intellectually and to appreciate the necessity to experience them empirically, experientially, intuitively, and viscerally. You present these valuable reflections coherently and cogently to help us lay practitioners of Buddhism to enhance our skills, to reconcile and be less troubled by paradoxes, and perhaps most importantly, to appreciate the ways the teachings assist us navigate our own lived experiences and live harmoniously with love and compassion in the world of materialism, with the constant bombardment of information we encounter. I join with all who have attended this retreat in person in Luang Por and remotely with folks around the world to acknowledge and express sincere appreciation to you. The retreat has been enriched by the presence of Venerable Amarasiri and Venerable Suramedo, members of the nearby Tisarana monastery who help ensure that it continues to flourish. It's a pleasure to see Brian with us, a man who does many jobs at Tisarana. I also thank most sincerely the folks at OBS who planned and managed this retreat. I watch with admiration as Jane keeps the show on the road behind a computer screen while never seeming to lose her cool. I thank all the staff at the Gallaudet Centre Luang Por for their efficiency to ensure a beneficial retreat for us all. Thank you, Luang Por, and I wish you well to continue your practice that brings so much benefit to so many and much deserved merit to you.
Thank you, Brian. Beautiful. Very lovely.
I'll now ask Nancy to come and read a reflection from Ong Ben Chung. We have to use phones because we couldn't print here, so.
Well, if I may offer a little reflection from myself.
Do you want to do that now?
Sure.
Okay.
It's okay. Hello, everyone. Greetings. This retreat has truly been a gift. And I know it's going to keep on giving as I move back into the world and share the fruits of the experience with my family and friends, and I guess all of us too, to our communities and to the world. So we have had some time to explore language. And I was thinking of the word retreat. It's both a verb and a noun. It's a drawing back, a moving away, and it has been time to leave behind all of the responsibilities and duties of ordinary life. Also to help the mind withdraw and come back home. And for me, it takes a long time for the mind to settle. So 7 days has been wonderful, and I'm truly grateful for that. Luang Por, your teachings are like a good cup of coffee. They're rich and full and warm and never dry, and they help us to wake up. Yeah, I've really enjoyed your question of, is awareness separate from sound? And that came through strongly this morning with that insistent crow right outside the meditation window. And also your open-hearted teachings of love and wisdom teachings of equanimity. And for me, those have truly been a gift. One little kernel that I'm taking home for homework is the mention a couple of days ago that you said, the people that you don't get along with, that you don't like, are the ones that you need to work with, because they will help you to learn and grow, and they will be your teachers. So thank you for that teaching. Not easy, but I will take that away. So much love and gratitude to everyone, especially you, Luang Por. Thank you. Here are reflections from Ong Ben Chung. Good day, Luang Por. This is my 4th retreat with Luang Por this year, and I want to express my gratitude to you. It is really a joy to participate in the retreats. The meditation instruction and guided meditation by Luang Por are clear. The language used is simple and relatable. I can follow it and practice it almost intuitively. Phrases such as in awareness, remove the am, now remove the I. It's like that. It brings so much ease and joy in the cultivation of awareness. I used to struggle to grow awareness before. With these simple phrases, the presence of awareness is noted much easily. When the practice is not well, it is okay too, and is contented with that. Luang Por's style in using daily experiences in explaining the Dhamma, such as the Four Noble Truths, right understanding, right thought, etc., helps to give a fresh dimension of practicality and understanding as well. Likewise, the presence of metta during the practice of awareness, this is a fresh approach for me. For this week, I am able to notice awareness during daily activities as well. Not always, of course, but the frequency is more than usual. Thank you, Luang Por, for your love and energy in guiding us for our understanding and growth. May you be blessed with conditions of well-being and ease in your life and have more opportunities to guide us again. Thank you, Ong Ben Chung.
Thank you. Very sweet.
We'll now have a poem from Ash read by Brenda.
Is it you? You're okay.
So this is from one of the online retreatant friends. Listen to sound, my new mantra. Listen to sound, silence is found. Feeling sensations, awareness becomes apparent. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Feeling right here. Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, as it is. Cultivating metabhavana suddenly feels easeful. A change of attitude brings forth fortitude, openness, and acceptance. Giving rise to forgiveness, gratitude arises. Joy surfaces. Heart feels peaceful.
Good.
And now I will have a reflection by Jean from California, read by Evelyn.
Dear Luang Por, yesterday or the day before, you characterized your present teaching personality as avuncular. My siblings and I had a favorite uncle, and I find the description apt. Like you, our uncle radiated love, warmth, sympathy, and kindness for his nieces and nephews. Like you, our uncle was generous with his time and counsel when we had difficulties. Like you, our uncle taught us things of great value, pointed us in worthwhile directions, which we would not have found on our own, and encouraged us to explore widely and deeply. Like you, our uncle simultaneously accepted our idiosyncrasies and respected our autonomy, and held us to high standards and to account. We sought time with our uncle, and he generously gave it. He seemed to delight in us as we did in him. And so we learned, and feeling loved, gained confidence to meet our own lives. Thank you so much for your great generosity, kindness, and patience in offering us your time, presence, and wisdom so that we may continue to grow in the Dhamma. With gratitude and respect, Jean Das Case in California.
Jeannie. Great.
We'll now have another poem it's anonymous, and it will be read by Brenda.
So this has a little introduction. This is also from another one of our friends in the online Sangha. Luang Por's sharing on Kalyana Mita resonated with me. It is truly a blessing to have Kalyana Mita in this not so easy journey. So I'm just going to read a little section, a couple of stanzas, because this poem is quite long. Along the way, the friends we meet, aspiring to the same, we meet our kin. Feeling understood, we attend retreats with support and ease, as if on wings. Grateful indeed to Kalyana Mita, a true companion till the final goal. Suffering indeed, the worldly vista, the wise understand and let it go. This poem is dedicated to everyone, as we are all Kalyana Mita.
Thank you, Brenda. Our last reflection will be, it was written by Barton, who's from Ottawa, and read by Evelyn.
Dear Luang Por, I was only able to attend late day sittings during much of the retreat, and I thought I will miss so much. But as always, every time we met, you offered words of wonder and wisdom that seemed to resonate deeply with the difficult issues I am contemplating or trying to resolve. So I greatly enjoyed and found hope in every Dharma talk you gave in this past week. For me, your wisdom and knowledge is also made relevant and practical because you're so willingly vulnerable, sharing your pain, fears, and experiences with honesty and conviction. Combined with your great kindness and gentle ways and mercurial sense of humor. This time with you has been a true blessing. You are a beacon of light in an often dark world, and I'm deeply grateful for having known you. Now, before I say goodbye forever, I have told Jane I may also write an epic poem for you. Here it is. Please remember that epic is a relative term. And then he has this emoji that winks. I don't think it's appropriate for me to be winking at it. So it says Ode to LPV. Wait for it. Roses are red, violets are blue. Luang Por Viradhammo, I sure do like you. With respect and memory, Barton.
Thank you, Barton. An epic.
Oh. Nastanka wants to make an announcement. Yes, go ahead. It's not on the program, but okay.
You've got an hour. Old friend, he's done many retreats.
On behalf of the Ottawa Buddhist Society, I'd like to thank everyone who attended this retreat. And also I want to thank Jane especially for organizing this retreat, because months before this retreat came, it was the first retreat we were going to do like this. And we were not sure whether we were going to meet here today during this time, because it's very uncertain. Of course, uncertainty is always there, but this time, till the very last moment, I don't think we were sure, and we had to make some rules and set some rules, keep discussing them in the meetings. These are all quite a lot of work for her. So she was quite stressed, but ultimately here too, that didn't end. So I really wish to thank her for what she did for this retreat on behalf of all of us. So I don't speak for all of you. This is, I think, a feeling that we all have, and also the online people. And trying to speak behind the mask is difficult. My voice is quite different too, so I hope the online people can understand a bit of what I'm trying to say. But I want to wish her to realize her aspirations in this very life.
May it be so, Jade.
That was not on the program.
Snuck it in behind your back.
So that's all for our reflections. So
Go
I'll turn it back to
back to me.
Luang Por.
Well, perhaps we could finish with the 4 Brahma Viharas chant, and then after that, the Sangha would like to offer their blessings in the traditional way. So was it 43, was it? 44. Suffusion with divine abidance, everyone. Got it. I will abide, pervading 1/4, with a heart imbued with loving kindness. Likewise the second, likewise the third, likewise the fourth. So above and below, around and everywhere, and to all as to myself, I will abide, pervading the encompassing world, with a heart imbued with loving kindness, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. I will abide, pervading 1/4, with a heart imbued with compassion. Likewise the second, likewise the third, likewise the fourth. So above and below, around and everywhere, as to all as to myself, I will abide, pervading the all-encompassing world, with a heart imbued with compassion, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. I will abide, pervading 1/4, with a heart imbued with gladness. Likewise the second, likewise the third, likewise the fourth. So above and below, around and everywhere, and to all as to myself, I will abide, pervading the all-encompassing world, with a heart imbued with gladness, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. I will abide, pervading 1/4, with a heart imbued with equanimity. Likewise the second, likewise the third, likewise the fourth. So above and below, around and everywhere, and to all as to myself, I will abide, pervading the all-encompassing world, with a heart imbued with equanimity, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. But before the Sangha, we chant our blessings, I need to offer some homework. So, okay, here it is. First of all, do you have a good understanding of the idea of letting go in the context of the Four Noble Truths? So that's the first bit of homework. Are you confident that when a monk says, or someone in Buddhism says, let go. Do you understand what that means in the context of the Four Noble Truths, not in some like large social context, but in terms of in that context? And then having understood that, then take the equation, letting go equals, it's like this. Do you understand that equation? And if not, then reference Luang Por Sumedho's talks. He's coming out from Amaravati now. They're excellent talks every week. And see what because this is the teaching he's using a lot. It's like this. Right? So you've got both parts of the equation figured out. Letting go equals, it's like this. And then live that equation. Live that, practice that equation. Know that, kinds of ways. And then we'll tune in next year and see how you're doing. You don't have to submit any papers, but it's a powerful equation, actually. Okay. So that's your homework. And thank you all again for letting me be here and for supporting the Sangha. We've had a jolly good time. Now we have the good fortune of going back to Tisarana and just doing the same thing with a bit more worldly work to cover. We'll be busy in the kind of worldly ways that these three will be, but this has been really refreshing for us, and keep doing it. And we are open for business at Tisarana. Guests can come. So if you want to come as a guest, we're doing that again as we were. Okay, so let us chant some blessings. Let's see. Yatha varivaha pura paripurenti sakarang evameva ito dinang petanang upakapati ichitang patitang tumhang kipameva samichatu sabe purentu sankapa chanto panaraso yata manicho tira soyata
Avityo vivachanto
sabaro govinasatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukidikayuko bhava Avivadana sirisa niccang udapachayino Chataro dhamma vadanti ayuvano sukham balang sababhuta nubhavena sabadhamma nubhavena sabasangha nubhavena buddharatana Dhammaratanam Sangaratanam Tinam Ratanam Anubhavena Chaturasi Tisahasa Kanda Anubhavena Pitakataya Anubhavena Inasawaka Nubhavena Sabete Roga Sabete Paya Sabete Antaraya Sabete Upadava Sabete Dunimita Sabete Avamangala Vidasantu Ayuvadako Dhanavadako Sirivadako Yasavadako Balavadako Vanavadako Sukhavadako Vadu Sabada Dukaroga Vaya Vera Soka Satuchupantava Anekantaraya Pivinasanta Chate Jasa Jaya Siddhi Danang Labang Soti Bhagyam Sukhang Balang Siriyayucha Vano Chabogang Vati จยสวาสัตวาสัจอายุจชีวสิทธิภวันตุเตภวัตุสัพพมังคลังรากันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนัสนาสุติภวันตุเตภวัตุสัพพมังคลังรากันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพธัมมานุภาเวนัสนาสุติภวันตุเตภวัตุสัพพมังคลังรากันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนัสนาสุติภวันตุเต
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. You want to? Yeah, you can.
Could we pay our respects now to Luang Por with 3 vows to end the retreat?
So goodbye, everyone, and I hope to see you again. Truly. Okay, so ciao. And we'll clean up here. And what's the suggestion?
We'll meet outside after cleaning up. Meet outside at 10:30.
10:30. Maybe we could finish by paying respects to the shrine. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And we do the arahang as well. That's
Yeah.
always a nice way. Arahang
Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantam Abhivadeni
Bhagavato
Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammam Namasami
Supatitanawa
Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sangham Namami